Imagine this. Of the 3,757 verses in the four Gospels referring to wealth and poverty, only 54 verses. Only 54 verses representing 1.4% of the entire Gospels refer directly with Jesus dealing with the economically, financially poor. Of the 3,757 verses in the four Gospels referring to wealth and poverty, only 54, that represents 1.4% of the entire Gospels, refers to directly with Jesus dealing with the economically, financially poor. Ano yung binatikos ng Panginoong Jesus? Yung maging alipin na tayo'y ginagapos sa ari-arian. Maging biyaya ang mga ari-arian kung ito man ay ibinahagi sa kapwa. Ngunit ito'y maging sumpa, ito'y maging bilangguan para sa mga tao na walang karunungan sa pagmumudmod sa mga kayamanan na iyan, sa paghati-hati ng nararapat. So all of us can identify with the rich fool in the parable our Lord narrates in the gospel today. You see, the rich fool, the rich man, appears to be acting in the most humanly reasonable way. Nagkaroon siya ng masaganang ani. Yun yung sitwasyon ng talinghaga ng ating Panginoon. So what did he do? He is simply making plans. He is making plans to hasten on his retirement from agricultural business because there is an unforeseen bonanza. He experienced in his farm a record crop. Maliban yan, yung mayamang ito, hindi naman siya naghahanap ng kaaliwan. Maliban yan, hindi rin siya makasalanan. So if you look at it, the rich man was simply enjoying at the idea that he will have good years ahead. Meron na akong naipon, na-invest ko na, antay na lang ako ng passive income ko. Yun lang naman, napag-isipan lang niya yun. Kaya tayo mag-iisip ng ganyan, masaya tayo, at least my future would be secured. Hindi pa ho niya natatamasa yung maginhawa, hayahay, na buhay. Hindi pa. He is only happy at the thought of retiring comfortably. Kaya anong mali? Anong mali sa larawang ito? Humanly speaking, wala naman. Wala namang mali. Kung tayo yan, yun siguro ang gagawin din natin. Magre-retire ako, isipin natin, ito yung matanggap ko. Ito yung pension ko, baka lump sum, itong gagawin ko. Inisip lang natin, ano yung maging kinabukasan natin, panahon na tayo ay magre-retiro. But God calls the rich man fool, hangal. You're fool, you are a fool. Dahil sa gabing ito, your life will be demanded of you. At yung mga pinaghanda mo para sa retirement mo, saan pupunta yan? Kanino pupunta yan? No? To whom do you think they will belong? Kaya ano ang mali sa larawang ito? The rich man lives only for himself. The rich man lives only for himself, and at no time do his plans include the voluntary distribution of his surplus wealth. Inisip lang yung sarili niya. And even God has no place in his plan. God does not exist for him. Neither his neighbor. Yung sarili lang niya ang inisip niya. He exists only for himself. Siya yung taong nagtitinggal, no? Na kumbaga ay kung tayo man ay makapagtambak ng mga bagay, hindi pwedeng isang kotse lang, 2 kotse. Gusto natin 50. Hindi tayo kontento sa isa. Dahil lang sa isang payong, bilhin natin yung isang mamahaling sasakyan. May surplus wealth na nga. Inisip yung sarili nila. So, this is what we discover in the gospel today. The former Pope Francis, the late Pope Francis, calls this by many names, the culture of waste or the cult of money. He also calls it the dictatorship of economies that are socially unjust and morally unfair. Kaya kung tingnan ho natin yung ating lipunan, mayaman po ang ating bansa. Meron lang nagpapayaman at the expense of this nation's resources sa pamamagitan ng pandarambong sa mga katiwalian. At yun yung ating nararanasan ngayon. In one of his letters, in his letter to the Colossians, St. Paul says, "Seek what is above." Hanapin yung nasa itaas. To think of what is above, not of what is on earth. Because using again St. Paul's words, now in his letter to the Ephesians, he said, "Seek that one, the unsearchable riches of Christ." Yung hindi mahahalughog na kayamanan. At yung hindi mahahalughog na kayamanan na ito ay walang iba kundi si Jesus. He is rich of God. In Him, all of God, all that is God dwells bodily. And God's greatest desire is to share His wealth with us. At yung kayamanan ng Diyos ay walang iba kundi yung Kanyang sariling bugtong na anak. You see, God emptied His own vault, as it were. He emptied His own safe, as it were, for us, so that by this emptiness, by His emptying, by this poverty, we might become rich, we might become wealthy of God. Ito yung ibig sabihin ng Panginoong Jesus doon sa Kaniyang inaugural address, ika nga. Hanapin muna yung kaharian ng Diyos. Unang-una sa lahat, yun ang dapat nating hanapin. Seek first His kingdom, and all the other things will be given you besides. And so to become rich of Christ is having the wisdom to share, the wisdom to distribute, to slice up this riches, this wealth in our workplaces, at home, lalong-lalo na sa bulwagan ng kapangyarihan, at lalong-lalo na kung saan sa mga lugar umiiral yung karalitaan. Ito po yung ating baunin. Someone said, our life consists not in what we possess, but in what or who possesses us.